Sheiky, my old friend, how the hell are you?
I am very, very good, Mr. Texas. I look forward to our weekend.
It's gonna be one hell of a weekend. First, we have a golf lesson with my friend, and then we're heading down to my new house. This old rich dude died, so I snapped it up nice and cheap.
Will there be many boobies, Mr. Texas?
Does shark fat bubbles? Damn right, there will be titties, my friend. Now hop in my goddamn Lambo and let's get going. So, Sheiky, this weekend isn't all about having fun. I would like to ask you something.
No, I will not suck your penis, Mr. Texas. I see how you look at me.
Jesus, Sheiky, what do you think I am? I mean, I'd let you suck mine, but no. I want to talk to you about a new gambling challenge.
Sounds interesting. I want a shiny trophy. I am sick of losing.
Me too. It's bad enough the Korean won one, but the hairy, smelly Russian is won too. I tell you. It's embarrassing, Sheik. I want to propose a challenge so awesome, whoever wins will truly be the king of kings.
I am actually already a king, Mr. Texas, but I like the sound of this. Not as much as I like boobies, though.
Happy now?
So very, very, very happy.
Now, my plans. We all buy our own country's league and TV rights, and we pump money into those goddamn sons of bitches till one of them countries becomes good enough to win the World Cup, baby.
The World Cup? The king of all trophies.
Exactly. Are you in?
Yes, but you may have a tiny little problem with Kim Jong-un.
Why the holy hell are we meeting here in South Korea?
I'm military coup, Mr. Texas. No leader kicked me out of East Korea. I now live here. Spend time drink cocktails and fuck bitches.
You still rich?
Only 17 billion left in my bank. I'm very poor now, no longer dictator.
You want to win the World Cup challenge?
Fuck yeah, tell me more.
We meet again, you American pig. What do you want, my old friend?
I want to put an end to the Cold War and finally beat your smug, overly hairy-facing ass.
You have idea for challenge? You want to suffer pain of losing again?
This time I won't lose, Hooja. This time I will have the U.S. of goddamn A behind me. We're gonna do the World Cup challenge.
I accept, Mr. Texas. Mother Russia will smile in the face of your defeat.
Hooja, my old friend, I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong.
Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel and welcome to the 4 Billionaire Challenge, Episode 4, World Domination. Now, I was going to leave it as a trilogy. I think we've done the 3 main Champions Leagues. I know there's other Champions Leagues, but they don't excite me enough to build a database and holiday a lot and make the episodes. Just no offence, don't. Maybe I could save them for next year. I think I was going to leave it as a three episode thing. If you've not seen episode 1, 2 and 3, they go for the Champions League in the first one, Asian Champions League second one, South American Champions League in the third one. And this actually was an idea of mine, but then I got a comment on the last episode, someone saying, what about the World Cup? And I thought, do you know what? I've been considering that. That's a brilliant idea to come back for. So that's what we're going to do. Basically, they're all going to invest in their own countries, buy the leagues, buy the TV rights, pump in an absolute fortune into every team in their top flight of their nations, and try and win a World Cup. So this is going to take a few years. It's going to be done a bit differently than the other episodes because we're going to be going to World Cups. And it's all about building a nation, really. Investing enough for any of these nations to win it, because none of them are really World Cup contenders. They never really will be on this game. But with the right investment and the right facilities, they'll start hopefully producing good young players. And then as the years roll on, these good players will get older and hopefully form a World Cup winning team. That's basically it. So if you enjoy it, make sure you smash the like button. It's massively appreciated. Make sure you go and check out all my other content. I've got a Journeyman, I've got a series with Denton Villa, I've got loads of story-based experiments. I've got more of them coming out over the next few months. I've also, if you want to support the channel a little bit more, I've got a Patreon. If you want to check that out and pledge, thank you very much. It would be massively appreciated. But I'm looking forward to get stuck right into this. Yeah. Can Texas J finally win summit? Because he never stops moaning about it. He wants to get his hands on a trophy. Can he get the golden one? The ultimate one? We're going to find out. We're going to start here on the world rankings for leagues. And you'll see our Four Guys nations are the top 4 countries. Now, just in case you didn't get it from the beginning, I'll just explain why we're using South Korea. Now, when I created this series, it came about for me just messing about, making my mates look daft with beards, right? And so on. And I turned my mate Brian Kane into an East Korean dictator, Kim Jong-un, right? So obviously, East Korea doesn't exist. So that's why he's been kicked out, because he's a bad ruler, gambling too much. And he's took his fortune and he's now chilling out in South Korea. So that's where he's living. So that's the country he decided to invest into. The rest of the lads, they're in their actual country. So obviously we've got America, Russia and Saudi Arabia to go along with South Korea. And obviously because of their investment, they're now the 4 highest, best and biggest leagues in the world. Because that's what you need to attract the best players. Because these guys are going at it. They're spending billions and billions and billions of dollars, pounds, whatever, to try and win this World Cup. It's going to be a long one, but someone's going to do it. Someone's got to do it eventually, or the video would go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. We can't have that, can we? This is Saudi Arabia, obviously 70th in the world at the minute. Prince Ali Boudi Baba has invested in it. He bought the TV rights and all that. So what I've done is I've had to rebuild some of these leagues. So I want it to be even Stevens. So each league has the same TV money deal. Each team has the same facilities in all 4 leagues. Each team gets the same money for each position. Everything's the same. Everything is the same. It's all just going to be about who can do it the best, who can get the best players in, and so on. But they've all got the same equal starting point. Some might be better than others, because you've got to think of it. Some of these leagues are better than others. So in a way, if their league's already better than the other one, they've got a little bit of an advantage. But the money's there. The money's going to be pumped in. So whenever I've done something similar to this in the past, usually takes about 10 years. But once them regions start coming through them great facilities from all the big teams, things start changing. Over to America, and this is Texas J's country, obviously. And just like Prince Ali Boudi Baba, they've both won nothing yet. They've won none of them. There's only been 3 up for grabs, and neither of these 2 have won. So it'd be nice if one of these 2 could win it, especially the Prince, because he's so handsome, that Prince, isn't he? Such a good-looking fella. But you'll see their Major League's massive. I had to rebuild this, obviously, completely, because of the MLS has the draft and it has the bloody wage cap, salary, all that stuff. They obviously have got none of that no more. It's based on a European league system with dates and prize money. It's brand new. No promotion or relegation though. It's just the MLS and it's cup competitions going for it. So it should be a great breeding ground, this. I mean, it should be easy for big players to want to come here, because some of the cities here are going to have great attraction levels, aren't they? So, you know, USA should do really well. Next up, it's South Korea. Now, this is obviously not Kim Jong-un's country. He was kicked out, spending all his money on gambling instead of food for his people. They've had enough, had a military coup, and he's now hiding away with his fortune, because he's still got a fortune, obviously, in South Korea. So, again, I've had to rebuild this league and sort it out and change a few things and improve all the facilities. Every team, trust me, has got state-of-the-art facilities. So they should be, each year in, year out, producing good young players. Can't wait to see what happens. And last but not least, it's Huja Nikobolakov's Russia. The gas tycoon. We're looking at him last, basically, because he's the best so far. He's won the last 2 episodes. He's won the Asian Champions League and the South American Champions League, with Kim Jong-un obviously winning the European. So, fair play. I mean, can he make it an hat-trick? I think, if I really think about it, and you look at all the leagues, because I've not added any players, the Russian league's probably the strongest base to start from. It is, isn't it, really? You'd probably say Russia, then America maybe, then Korea, with Saudi Arabia last. You might not agree with me on that, but I definitely think the Russians are at the top. So the main man, the big man, has got a good head start. Now, it's all about the World Cup, but if you're realistic, the boys are not going to be able to build something to win one, surely. I can't see, in 4 years, they're not going to any of these regions that come through in the next couple of years are going to be like 17, 18 years old. They're not going to be ready to win a World Cup. So I think we should need to write 2022 off, really, and jump forward to 2026. Well then, World Cup 2022 was a waste of time. Don't worry about it at all. Argentina won it. The lads, some of them did qualify. Don't need to look into it because it's unimportant. This one is where I think things are going to start getting real because all 4 of them are in this one. You've got United States up there in Group A. If we scroll down, let's have a little look. Saudi Arabia in Group C. Keep going, let's keep going. Where's the next one? South Korea, Group K. There we go. And where's the Russians? The Russians are in Group N. So we're all here now. And they're all getting a little bit better. Well, all but the Russians, weirdly. I put my money on the Russians starting off well, but they're kind of lagging a little bit. You've got Saudi Arabia now in 13th. Republic of Korea in 14th. United States 16th. And if we go down here, the Russians are in 44th. Which is kind of weirding me out a bit because they're all the same and I think they have the best base. So, I've not said this yet. Get involved because that might sway your mind. Have a comment down below. Who's going to win it? Can anyone win the World Cup now? Are we going to go on for another World Cup? Is there going to be another World Cup on after that? Hopefully not. But yeah, my money was on the Russians. Now I'm questioning it. So let's start with them. I'm just going to look at the 2 top players at the minute. The best player is this geezer called Victor Belyayev. Obviously a regen, pretty good regen with 47.5 million, plays for Liverpool. The next one is a midfielder and he's a real player. Fair play to him. So I'm guessing a lot of their regions aren't breaking in yet. So it might not be the year this for the Russians. Next on the rankings list is the Americans, who I thought would have a really good chance as well. Look at some of the values here. Best player is a centre-half, plays for Barcelona and he's worth 95 million. David Bravo. Oh, Dave. He's a good player, isn't he? 22 years old. Wow. Next guy is Steve. I know it's not an American name, but they do sound American. Steve Dombrowski. Dombrowski. Goddamn Dombrowski. Done it again. 61 million. Plays for Paris Saint-Germain, attacking right winger. They're looking like they're getting their place through the system better, don't they? Second on the ranking list is the Koreans. Got a good value or 2 there. Top 2 players look like they're worth quite a bit. And again, play for Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. Lee Jun-suk. Got no face. I don't know if he might be a real player, to be fair. Might be. And No Sung Hyun. He is a regen striker. It looks like he's very, very good. Plays for Paris Saint-Germain. But they're not the top dogs. Weirdly, the team I thought would be rubbish are the highest ranked. Saudi Arabia. Look at that. Whenever has there been a Saudi Arabian worth 60 million quid? The country where you get caught nicking a cabbage, you get your hand cut off. Mental, that place. Like, they only just let women drive. I don't even think you can go out as a woman. I think you've got to have a man escorting you. Really? Mental. Anyway, top player, I'm not even going to attempt to say his name, is this geezer. As the defensive midfielder, he's pretty sweet, isn't he? Work rate, passing, stamina, decision making. Good player, 23 years old. Next one plays for Portland, weirdly. But then you've got to remember, this ain't old MLS Portland. This is the new age USA, better than the Premier League Portland. He's a superstar, isn't he? Eh? Goalkeeper. He's freaking amazing. That's what you've got to remember. And a lot of these teams, you might be thinking Toronto. But they're in their new league systems. They've got the high reputations of good money. They've got better money than Premier League TV money and all that. So you can see why the big players are going there. And that's a good thing because that shows the leagues are growing. And the countries are growing. Saudi Arabia are 13th in the world. Is it 13th? Whatever they are. Pretty amazing. Well, we're in the year 2030, so you can kind of guess that no one won it in 2026. But let's see how they did. It's the first World Cup where they're all there together. It's probably the midway point where these young players are starting to come through, where you still had a mix of good regens and real players. So, you know, they were growing as countries, but Russia went into it as the lowest ranked out of the 4 and didn't do well, did they? Lost both games, lost to Australia and Ivory Coast. They need to up their game, the Russians. The Americans, on the other hand, got out their group in style, winning 2-0 against Sweden, beating the Algerians 3-0, and then they got beat by their arch rivals, Mexico 2-0. So again, A lot of room for improvement. Next on the list was the Koreans, with Kim Jong-un financing them, and they did one better. They struggled in the first game, 2-2 against Romania, beat Tunisia 3-1, beat Egypt 3-1 in the second round, got to the third round and got beat by the mighty England, the best team in all the world and all the land. To me, anyway. Over to the highest ranked team out of the 4 nations, Saudi Arabia, going into this World Cup. And they drew both their games and somehow managed to get out of the group into the second round and got beat off Brazil 3-1. So again, we're getting beat off big footballing nations. But this time, another 4 years have passed. New players have grown, new players have developed. What are we looking at now? Where are the teams in the world now? Has anyone actually got a realistic chance of winning the World Cup in 2030? Well, let's have a look at the groups. If you're wondering, Germany, they won the World Cup last time in 2026. So obviously all the teams are here again. And these are the groups. If we have a quick look for any of the boys, can we see anyone straight off the bat? Saudi Arabia, Group D, with Austria and El Salvador. Then we have South Korea in Group F with Mali and Switzerland. Should get through, surely. We've got Russia down here in Group J. Argentina and China. That's a tough one for the Russians, isn't it? That is a tough one, isn't it? Where's the Americans? They're all the way down here behind my head. They're in Group P with Denmark and Uzbekistan. So I said the Russians are going to be struggling there. When we have a look at the world rankings going into the World Cup in 2030, things have changed a little bit. Where some teams are swapped around. The Russians are still average. Now I've checked in the editor. Everything's exactly the same. I have no idea what's holding them back as a nation. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Because they're down in 43rd. Were they 44th last time? Go all the way down here. They're 43rd in the world. So, maybe, I don't know. Is it because they're in Europe, it's tougher in the European groups? Maybe, but they've got that much money getting pumped into the Russian footballing system. You think they'd do a bit better because the other guys are thriving. Korea are in 8th, in America in 9th, and Saudi Arabia in 13th still. So the other guys are really progressing. The Koreans and the Americans are easily the 2 best countries going into it. Out of the 4, obviously they've got to get past the Germanys, the Frances, the Argentinians, and of course England. Don't forget England. So we are on the Russians page. 43rd in the world. The league is still one of the best leagues in the world, although I think it's lost half a star there. It's lost half a star. Let's have a look at some of its better players. Denis Yershov plays for FC Bayern. He's pretty good. We're 53 million left winger. We've got Konstantin Larin, again pretty good, left back. So they're dangerous down the left. There we go. Volosian, a goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper. I'm not saying he's a real player. Fair play. Some dude here from Rostov. They've got great players. You need to do better, Russia. Sort yourself out. Don't mean they're not going to win though. I mean, anything can happen when you do these things. Usually the thing you don't think is going to happen happens. Third going into the World Cup in 2030 is the Saudis. And again, their league looks like it's lost half a point, but probably will. It kind of evens itself out, doesn't it, over time. Still one of the best leagues in the world, easy. All these teams. It's got some good teams. It's a league that it's not playable, but you can get it on the Steam Workshop. So I downloaded this off someone else on the Steam Workshop, and then I edited the money part of it. But it's a fun league. Try it out sometime. Should try it out. Top guy is called Mohammed Shock plays for Portland. Is he the guy we looked at last time? Don't know. Might be. Good goalkeeper. We've got a guy here from Paris Saint-Germain, striker. He's really good. Another guy from Paris Saint-Germain, a right winger who is bloody. How good's he? Wow. How good's he, They've got some really good players, haven't they? They have got some really good players. They've got a good chance, surely, this time. Third going into the World Cup in 2030 is Texas Jays, America, the US of A. Man. And again, Major League, still one of the best leagues in the world. I love teams in America. I've tried twice to do a series in America, and they both failed. So I won't ever try that again. It guts me because I like the idea of travelling America. The teams and the cities are brilliant. Top dog is David Bravo. He now plays for Spartak Moscow. So it shows you the Russian league's quality. Look at him. Plays for Spartak Moscow. Chad Garner. Chad. That is an American name, isn't it? Chad. Christian Pulisic, obviously real player. Timothy, another real player. We'll have to wait and see what the Americans can do. The team at the top in the rankings, 8th in the world, is Kim Jong-un's South Korea. Even though he's from East Korea, let's forget about that. Again, their league, K-League, is still one of the best. Top dog is Lee Jong-suk, who plays for Chelsea. No Sung Ho-yun, I think we looked at him last time as well, striker. Plays in Russia. This dude was pretty good, didn't he? Does he play? No idea. Another guy here plays in Korea. I mean, they've got some good players. There's so many good players that come through the system, but can anyone do it? Well, yes, they can. Yeah, one of our boys, with his nation, after spending $1 trillion ish, wins the World Cup. Who wins the World Cup? Challenge yourself. Get commenting down below. I bet you get it wrong. Let's start off with Saudi Arabia. That's some cracking players. But Prince Ali Booty freaking Baba, the most handsome out of all 4 billionaires. He's definitely got the most beautiful eyes. Has lost again. I might have to fix one next time, just so my bloody character can win one. If you didn't realise, that is me in a turban, by the way. Yeah. Just a bit of fun. Don't take it too serious. But yeah, Saudi Arabia beat El Salvador 4-0, Austria 3-1. Brilliant start. Came out of that group full of confidence. Came up against Serbia, thought, you know what, we can do these, but they didn't. Got beat 3-2 in the second round. Next up was the Russians and Huja Nikobolokov, the gas tycoon. Kind of been behind everyone so far. When it came to international rankings, the league itself is super strong and a lot of top players in that league. It's a brilliant league. A lot of money in it, just not putting it into the international stage, which maybe they're just buying too many foreigners in the league and not playing enough kids. I don't know why, how it works out random. It's worked out how it's worked out. They beat the Chinese 2-1 and they got beat off Argentina, but done enough to get out of the group to get Turkey and scraped it through. 1-1, beating them on penalties. Got into the third round, because remember, this is the new World Cup, innit? It takes forever, this. There's about 14 rounds. Played the Swedes, beat them 2-1. Then, of course, Cold War battle, Texas J's freaking annoyed. The Russian kept winning everything. The Russians won the last 2. Head-to-head, if anyone wanted to beat the Russian, it was Texas J. And I think this was enough for Texas. Even if he didn't go on and win it, at least he knocked the Russian out. He knocked the Russian out with a goal from Mitch Eisner in the 14th minute in the quarterfinals. So you know that the Americans get to the semi-final, but don't forget the Koreans, the number 1 team going into it. It was exciting. So then we're going to have to try and do this cleverly to not ruin it to the end. I'm going to have to try my best. So this is the Koreans group. They topped that group, playing 2 games, winning 2 games. They beat Mali 3-0 in the first game and then beat Switzerland 2-1 in the next game, putting them in the second round. On to the second round, and they played Australia. G'day, mate. Beating them 3-0 in the final. That is the worst Australian accent ever. If you're Australian, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Someone's probably going to call me racist. It's a joke. But yeah, 3-0. Deserved it. Look at them stats. Bossed it. On to the third round against a powerhouse of world football. The Netherlands / Holland / the Dutch. Beating them 2-1. 2 goals from Park Kwang-hoon. And a game they deserved to win, to be fair. And you're probably starting thinking, if you picked the Koreans, I've probably done well here, haven't I? Probably picked the right team. Well, maybe you're right, because they went into the quarterfinals, beating Serbia, the team that knocked out the Saudis. So the Koreans were looking strong as anything. Want to walk in the park, but they won it 3-2. Putting them into the semi-final against one of the best teams in the entire world. Argentina, eh? Come on, Korea. 3-1. 3-1. It went into extra time and they scored 2 goals in extra time. Even ass game. Now they touched the ball, but they did it. They did it. South Korea got to the World Cup final. Surely it's South Korea. I've told you the team's won it, haven't I? The team's done it. If you pick South Korea, are you the winner? Well, no, not yet. Because don't forget, the Americans got to the semi-finals, remember? And they came up against France. Argentina, France, South Korea, America. In a normal world, it'd be an Argentina-France World Cup final. But not in this world, no. Not with the Americans and Texas Jays money backing them. They beat them 2-1. 2-1 in a really, really even game. Again, they had less of the ball, but they did enough. Goals from Dunkin' Donuts. Jim Dunkin' Donuts. God damn, and Dan Dickinson. So yeah, that's a brilliant World Cup final. Couldn't be better. Two of our teams, with Kane Jong-un from South Korea, who won the very first episode, and Texas J from America. Never won anything. Who's going to win? The clash. Who's going to get the World Cup trophy? Who was going to have world domination? How long can I keep going on before I tell you? Do you want to know? Am I a dickhead? Yeah. There you go. Have that, eh? Have that, Texas J. Fair enough. He's finally got his freaking hands on one. You can imagine the smug American, eh? Oh, I didn't win any of the other goddamn trophies, but I got this one. Big shiny gold trophy. It plays strokes like a big gold penis. Do you know what I mean? Fair play though. He's won it. I was thinking 2030 World Cup because just from doing other experiments, you know, the good regions in the first few years are going to be like 28, aren't they? 29 peaking. So you know they're going to have really good teams by then. If not this one, it would be the next one. Luckily it was this one because then I didn't have to film anymore. So yeah, the American Texas J in the United States of America have won the episode. Well done. If you picked him, fair play. So we're going to leave it there with the Americans still in 7th, even though they're world champions. So again, if you picked Texas J, well done. I had a lot of fun making this. I've loved this series. The boys will never leave us. I like these 4 lads. They give me an avenue into being silly. I don't know if we're going to do any more with them for FM19, but they will be back for FM20. I probably will do other Champions Leagues. If I have got another idea for them this year. I'll see how things go, but you might see them for a 5th episode. Well, there we go. That is the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe. And again, if you want to support the channel a little bit more, you'll find my Patreon link in the description. Thank you. Take your time out your busy day. Again, don't take this too seriously. It's always just a bit of fun, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. You've been amazing. I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.